For this Sydney artist, camping in uniform in the far north had a special meaning.
It felt like the right thing for me to do given my family history.
Tony Albert's grandfather served in the Second World War, and 7 of his 8 children, including Tony's father, followed in his footsteps, even though during Tony's grandfather's time it was often thankless work.
On returning to Australia, servicemen and women were given land as part of their settlement, but Aboriginal men and women weren't. Not only not given that land, was still, getting their land taken off them.
It's part of Australia's military history that has gone largely undocumented.
One of the failings that we can be accused of is not sufficiently illustrating and highlighting the role of Indigenous Australians.
So Tony Albert was attached to the Norforce unit, which patrols much of Australia's northern landmass and waters, and more than half the troops are Indigenous.
And it was a great opportunity for Tony to spend some time with our soldiers and get to know them at a personal level and understand where they come from, their communities.
Many people that I was serving with actually were from these remote communities and actually didn't even have an understanding that a place like the War Memorial existed.
Or that their stories belonged there too.
When Tony Albert's works go on display at the War Memorial, they'll be part of the official War Art Scheme, the longest-running and largest art commissioning program in Australia.
A collection of 36,000 works, from Will Dyson's observations of the First World War to Ben Quilty's Afghanistan-inspired art.
If you're an artist, Indigenous or non-Indigenous, that's a pretty good lineage.
While researching at the memorial, one thing struck Tony Albert.
Quite often there were photographs with non-Indigenous people that were all named and labelled, but anything that had an Aboriginal person attached to it was unlabelled and unnamed.
So after these works are unveiled next month, history will recall who these soldiers are.